I'm Cathy Harding. We're in the C-VILLE Newsroom. Will Goldsmith is
What's
here.
up?
We got the cover story this week is taking a look at donors through October 15th to the various local races. A lot of numbers. And of course, we know money made a big difference for the Obama campaign. It wasn't the only factor, but clearly a very important factor. And obviously in the Warner race, another successful race, he so overwhelmed his opponent in terms of money in the bank that clearly we can speak about that with certainty. But let's talk about the Perriello race, because of course this is a nail biter and it still hasn't been certified yet. It does look like Tom Perriello is the winner. But talk about money as a factor in that race, because when we looked at the numbers, it's not as if Tom Perriello had way more money than Virgil Good.
Sure. You know, in terms of the numbers, we don't know what the final numbers are. We're gonna get a look at them after when the post-election reports are filed. But in terms of the numbers, they both raised about 1.5 million. Might have tilted a little bit towards Perriello there at the end, but it was pretty even. What I think that if we're going to look, we have to look at Perriello in terms of his success, in terms of his fundraising strategy, since he was able to pull off this amazing victory. What he did right, I think, were amongst other things, raising money early. He was out there in front in terms of raising money back in 2007. At the late 2007, he was already starting to amass the money that he needed. He was able to use people's networks, and for all that Good talked about New York and California, those two states combined for about $300,000 that Perriello raised. Perriello raised more than $400,000 here in Charlottesville, Charlottesville and Albemarle alone. So he was really able to use the networks here locally in Charlottesville and really tap into those for success. And then I think that he spent his money wisely. He spent his money early on in the campaign to get his name out with some advertisements during the summer. But most importantly, this summer, he spent the money on the summer intern program that he had. And that was able to help him set up those offices and man those offices out across Southside Virginia, get his name out there in front, so that by the time Virgil came along and started spending money on the advertising campaign and tried to define Perriello negatively, Perriello already had an established base, so that didn't work as well.
So a very well thought out strategy on his part. And we've got a long list of names of people who contributed to the Democratic and the Republican campaigns for various offices in C-VILLE and on cville.com. I'm Cathy Harding with Will Goldsmith. Check out our numbers and we'll see you next week.